Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. If you haven't learned anything about me yet, I like to switch things up. So I'm really working to get all of the charts in here to show you how I read these and how I understand them. So I don't know how this is going to look on YouTube today, but we're going to give it a shot. So the market just opened 2 minutes ago. It was at an area to push up, but it gave us signals that this was not going to push up from here. So it showed us that it was going to push down a lot harder. Now, these charts I'm holding off on using until these tell me that I've got something to work with. Now, it's telling me I'm in a support area, but I've got a lot of strength down still, so this may just give a little bit of a pushback. Heck, it may go up from here. But watching what my signals are telling me, and this tells me it may push down a little bit more. I'm going to be prepared for a long trade. We're not there just yet. Well, maybe we are. I'd like to see it pull back, give me a little bit of divergence, and then push up. Or this may just continue with the strength down and not push up at all. Go ahead and take that one out. It's pulled up to this area and pulling back. It could pull right into here and push up some more. I'm good with this resistance area that's held several times and a slowdown. I like it when it's moving quickly. I don't want to be prepared for a long. Right here. I'll give this a chance. Oh, maybe not make it in time. Okay, that's the highest I can go. I'd like it to be a little bit further down, though. Alright, pull back. There we go. Right behind this area. I have to go from here, though. Another good entry point to the upside. Not going to pull this risk up just yet. What I don't love is that all these are staying purple and down. Very, very weakly purple and down. So what can we anticipate? Pull up, pull back, and then a push up to the upside? I'm going to take out my first one just because this is a good spot for it to turn around if it's going to, but looks like it's just going to keep pushing. Watch what happens when it reaches this high. What I want to do is, you know how I work this, I want to go ahead and pull this off a little bit, but I'm going to hover over a close button right as we're reaching this high. This is a good spot for it to pull back into. We're going to move to a break even. Actually, we're going to move 2 ticks behind here if it pushes up. We'll go ahead and take a close on that one. Pulls back. We will be prepared for another one, because it could really pull back into here still. I'm liking this. Just a little quick on the exit earlier. Oh, maybe not. Doing a really decent pullback here. Strength down on our 233 right now. Close on that one. Alright. Yeah, it would definitely stopped me out. Pulled back, pushing up. Quick entries and exits, but we're already doing pretty good today. This is where I want to take along because of this, because of this, because of this. This is holding me back a little bit. Well, there we go. There she blows. So my mind is set on the longs. I can see that here right now. Try and say this is where it should pull back to. So there's nothing wrong with it being set on the longs because it'll eventually go up, but it also makes me biased to my entries. So I'm only looking for the longs instead of paying attention to what the shorts are telling me. So that tells me a couple of things. Number one, it's Monday morning. My brain is not on high function. Number two, about 35 minutes into this, almost 4 points up, let me just go ahead and call it. Just don't feel like it's going to go very far. If it does, this low is pretty much as far as I'm anticipating to go at this moment. I'm not letting this go very far if it pulls back at all, because we are at a spot that's really a little bit iffy. Pulling down to this bottom EMA on the 4181. I'm just staying real close and watching this. I'm actually going to go ahead and exit this one. It does have a lot of strength to go down. It's just at this area that could give a really strong bounce back up. And it had signals that it could push up. I've also been anticipating this area to give a bounce for a little while now. So if it goes down, so be it. So that's a thought process that not a lot of traders have, that if it goes down, so be it. Today's been very, very quick grab days. Don't love trading between this area here. So whenever it dies out, I go ahead and exit. Let's just look at what it looks like on our 1597. Long, took the long, exit, the long, exit. This was my only loss so far. Took the short. Turn these off, they get in the way. All right. So we're 45 minutes into the market. 4 trades in. 4.25 points. A lot of them were very quick grabs. And even though this was a spot to anticipate the push up, hard to say that it's going to do that because there's still a lot of strength coming down. You see it's just getting a little tighter and tighter and tighter as it's reaching this support area. And, you know, I'm looking at these EMAs and how they're staying opened to the downside. So my anticipations would be for a bounce back up, possibly back even into this resistance area that held, and then continuation to the downside depending on what these EMAs, if they decide to close up or if they decide to stay open. All right, guys. Well, we are 4 trades in, 4.25 points up. A lot of them were really quick trades, just in and out real quick. It is looking like it's about to pour down rain. We're supposed to have a lot of rain all week this week, which may mean that I'm losing internet connection. And so there may be a chance that I don't do a whole lot this week, because that's a little bit scary. I mean, yes, having your broker on speed dial is absolutely important, but I don't know, it just feels a little bit safer to know that I won't be in any live trades. Also, got jury duty tomorrow, so let's hope that they don't pick me. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap it up for Monday morning. No Monday morning blues here unless you're talking about blues in the positive. But otherwise, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. What's up, responsible day traders? I hope you enjoyed the trading that happened today. As you can see, there has been some changes made, and that's how I roll. I get bored if we stay the same way too much, and I've really been working to ways to figure out how to pull in my other charts just so you can see them while I'm trading them. You normally don't see the 10-9-46 on the screen, nor do you see my daily charts, which you still don't see the daily charts. But the way things are laid out now, it's laid out 10-9-46, 41-81, the 15-97, 610, and 233. Biggest one is all the way to my left, smallest one is all the way to my right. I like to make changes often. I've even made changes to my room where I'm sitting and working right now because I don't like to be stagnant. I also have realized that I want to make it easier for my students to be able to understand what I'm doing, to watch through these videos and have lights just turn on as like, oh, I get it, while they're watching through some of these videos. So let's really quickly just pull up what happened today. So give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and pull up the 610 chart, and let me move this out of the way. Let's pull back here. Okay, when the market opened, it gave us a quick pullback, and I just took 1.5 points off of it. Guys, you can see here that there was a resistance area that we kept coming up against. So I was trading into that resistance area and trying to make very quick, profitable trades. I've been working on getting things just to pan out a little bit more whenever it's got a very quick profit potential, which means I'm being more proactive, getting on the ball, getting those trades in, taking them out when they need to come out. Now, some of them I might hold just a little bit longer, like this one right here, and we'll get right to that one in just a moment. So when it pulled back, I took the long here and took my first exit pretty quickly. I was being really cautious with the slowdowns today, maybe even a little bit overly cautious on some of it, but it actually works out pretty well for me. So I took the first exit, 0.75 points, so 3 ticks. The next one it pulls back, and I definitely let myself get scared out a little bit. So I exit the trade, and you can see right as I'm exiting the trade, I get right back in on the same bar. You can't really see it. The arrow pointing to the left, the pink exit arrow is right here. So the entry arrow, and if you're not aware of this, the entry arrow will always point into the market to the right. The exit arrow will always point away from it to the left. So my entry arrow is right here. You can see right there is the entry, right here is the exit. So I'm exited that second one for a point, so 1 tick more than the previous one, and turn around and get right back in, knowing my risk is going to be right behind this area. My first exit, 3 ticks, took it. Second exit, I actually lost 3 ticks. So this trade was a break even if you look at the fact that I gained 3 ticks here and lost 3 ticks here. So it's technically a break even, although there is technically a loss on that trade. And then it comes down, and so by this point I am struggling a little bit to stay focused on the shorts. I'm struggling just a little bit to say, okay, this is what's really happening. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons why I struggled with that is because this higher pivot here. But the higher pivot doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to change. We had a lot of indications that it was going to smash back down, like weak EMAs, distance to them, reversal bars, all kinds of things showing us that this was going to push back down. And once it got down to the area, now we're getting back below the 0 line on the MACDs, which tells us that we're looking for a little bit more down. It doesn't mean forever. It just means pay attention and take the trades when they set up. So I was not paying attention. I did not take these trades when they set up, but I let it pull back here. I even was still in the moment right here thinking, maybe I should have been long at this point. And then the light switched on for me and said, hold on, Lindsay, you're not thinking in the right process, and I took the short trade. We had a lot going on, even though we had some potential for divergence starting to show up. Once that potential for divergence started to show itself just a little bit stronger, I went ahead and exited. Both contracts, 2 ticks, 1 point. It does go down just a little bit further here and even pushes down further right here, but by that point, I'm not interested in it anymore. And it can go for 5, 10, 15 points. I took my exit because I had a reason. I didn't do anything else for the rest of the day except talk to a few students, and I actually am due to talk to one in just a few more minutes, so I need to wrap this up pretty quickly. But I just wanted to show you what was done for today. If you have questions, definitely let me know. I'm here to help, and I can't wait to see you guys all on the profitable side.